Satoru Gojo, the strongest sorcerer of modern era. In the world of evil cursed spirits and jujutsu sorcerers, only one man is feared by both good and evil. The legendary Satoru Gojo, whose very presence spreads fear and respect in the hearts of cursed spirits and sorcerers alike. His birth alone altered the balance of power in the jujutsu world, with such an unstoppable force coming into existence as the only sorcerer in a century to possess the strongest innate technique of jujutsu, limited curse technique with the rarest form of 6 eyes, bringing in a new age where the evil side actually have to hide in the shadows to save their life. Even the likes of the famous 7-3 sorcerer Kento Nanami advised Yuji Itadori to stop comparing himself to Gojo if he wants to continue being a jujutsu sorcerer. That's how unreachable he is as a sorcerer. Techniques and abilities that are unachievable to others are as simple as a right hook punch for Gojo Satoru. When Yuji asked if Gojo could defeat the King of Curses, Ryam and Sukuna at full power, he confidently replied that even if it will be a bit difficult, he would win. Gojo possesses Limitless curse technique that allows him to create an infinity barrier between him and the outside world. His infinity is the convergence of an immeasurable series. Anything approaching it slows down and never reaches him. This occurs because the technique divides the finite space between two subjects infinitely. In other words, any attack aimed at Gojo will never reach him, making Satoru Gojo invincible to any attacks. The Limitless technique is an innate ability that has been in the Gojo family for centuries, making them one of the 3 big families. Limitless allows its users to control space-time to an atomic level, with the help of cursed energy manipulation. With the power of Limitless flowing through him, Gojo can use Curse Technique, Blue, and Reverse Curse Technique, Red. His strongest technique is when he merges Red and Blue together to create Hollow Technique, Purple, that erases anything it touches from existence. Gojo showcased his Limitless technique domination against Jogo, the strongest of the Disaster Curses. Disaster Curses are the special grade curses that come into existence because of humans and their fear of various concepts throughout time. Kenjaku, the Body Shifter, compared Jogo to be as strong as a 9-figured Sukuna. To be specific, Jogo is a calamity in physical form. Gojo demonstrated only a fraction of his strength against Jogo, where he first got to see how extraordinary and overpowered Gojo's Limitless technique is. His Limitless technique allows him to manipulate space-time and create an infinite amount of space between him and anyone daring to touch him. Because of that, any attack that is thrown at him is slowed down to the point where it never manages to hit him. With ease, he defeated Jogo, reducing the strongest disaster curse to a talking head without a body. Jogo would have died if it weren't for Hanami, another one of the disaster curses who saved him. Gojo used the same infinity to crush Hanami in an instant, in the Shibuya incident. Gojo's power is so feared that other sorcerers were forbidden to participate in the Shibuya incident, as anyone who tries to help Gojo will only slow him down. Everyone had to stay outside the veil to make sure no curses run away after Gojo Satoru clears the site. Gojo's immensely powerful innate technique called Blue. Curse Technique Lapse Blue is created when limitless and negative cursed energy is used together to produce a vacuum in space, forcing the world surrounding it to fill in the empty space, attracting everything around Blue to itself, and moving black hole consuming everything in its path. When fighting Sukuna in manga, Sukuna used Megami's 10 shadows to summon Agito, the combined Shikigami that Gojo destroyed with a single hit from his Blue technique. Satoru Gojo's climb to absolute strength happened when he first came close to death against the legendary sorcerer killer, Toji Fushiguro. He severely wounded Gojo with the inverted Spear of Heaven. But on death's door, we witnessed the rise of an awakened 6 Eyes user, a monster of a kind. He mastered the toughness skill for a human sorcerer, Reversed Curse Technique. With Reverse Curse Technique under his belt, Gojo gained the ability to heal any damage he receives in an instant. This allowed him to keep his infinity active constantly without damaging his brain because he heals it instantly. A feat only Satoru Gojo has managed to perform. Gojo used Reverse Curse Technique to reverse the effects of Blue with positive energy, creating a repulsive force that throws anything that attacks him out of sight. A move so deadly that it sent Toji Fushiguro, a man feared by the big 3 families in the jujutsu world, flying. Not to mention, Red managed to stun Sukuna when Gojo hit him from the back, knocking him senseless for a moment. But Red and Blue are only the 2 halves. When Gojo combines them, it creates the ultimate weapon for destruction, Hollow Purple. Combining Red and Blue, Gojo creates an imaginary mass that gets launched at the enemy, which pulls them in and vaporizes them at impact. It is a deadly attack when let loose, as we see Gojo use a maximum output Hollow Purple against Sukuna in their final battle, not only fatally damaging Sukuna, but also completely destroying the strongest Ten Shadow Shikigami Divine General, Mahoraga. The Shikigami is so strong that none of its previous users were able to tame it. Finally, Satoru Gojo possesses the strongest domain in Jujutsu World, a domain with a sure hit effect that has literally zero counter. Unlimited Void is on the same level as Sukuna's Malevolent Shrine, but if we compare the sure hit attack, Gojo's domain wins every single time. Unlimited Void creates a boundless space with a barrier that can't be broken from the inside. Once trapped inside, anyone other than Satoru Gojo himself and those in contact with him is overloaded with infinite amounts of information. It leaves them unable to do anything because their regular minds cannot handle such large amounts of information and function. It's so dangerous that even Sukuna couldn't handle it when he was exposed to Unlimited Void, making history's strongest sorcerer bleed through his eyes and damaging the part of their brain that is responsible for expanding domains. Efficiently using all these abilities would have been impossible to the extent Gojo uses them if it weren't for the Six Eyes. These Six Eyes are an innate ability passed down in the Gojo family, but Satoru Gojo is the first person in 10 decades to be born with both Limitless and the Six Eyes. These Six Eyes see the world very differently. Everything is seen in terms of its mass, speed, and cursed energy. It gives the user so much information that a regular person would become insane. But Gojo, with the mastery over reverse curse technique, manages to heal his brain constantly, which allows him to use these eyes for an extended period. Using the Six Eyes, Gojo can sense anyone in his range, making it impossible to sneak up on him. Along with increased awareness, Gojo also has fast speed and reflexes, managing to dodge Toji Fushiguro with ease and even taking the disaster-cursed Jogo by surprise in hand-to-hand fights. Gojo can fight sorcerers so feared that they were considered demons 1,000 years ago in the Heian era, without getting tired thanks to the efficient use of his cursed energy using the Six Eyes. In his fight against the Disgraced One, Ryomen Sukuna, Gojo used domain expansion a total of 5 times in a matter of a few minutes without rest, matching the King of Curses. In a world where a regular sorcerer could barely open one domain without entirely depleting all their cursed energy, his strength made Sukuna feel terrified for the first time as Gojo managed to bring history's strongest sorcerer so close to defeat, in a battle that destroyed everything surrounding them. Gojo earned the respect not only by his students and friends, but even the King of Curses, who only considers the strong to be worth remembering, telling Gojo that he'll remember him for as long as he lives.